Um, test. Hey, is stuff working now? Finally. I can say myself that the music stopped again. There we go. Can I get some feedback that the audio's working fine now? Music not too quiet. Microphone test successful. Oh, finally. Thank you so much for your patience. What can I say? I have kind of a new setup. Like same microphone, same computer, but new desk and new... I tried to make the room a little less reverby. And I don't know, changing everything is fine, but changing the cable of your microphone breaks everything in Windows. Sorry about that. I tried it before, it worked before, now it didn't. But I hope that we can now finally start. Better later than never. Good evening, everyone. Thank you again for waiting. And yeah, where did we leave off last time? Last time we... Actually, before we go that deep into last time, I mean, I haven't... This project has not yet got speed. I'm still pretty slow and still in the early stages. Part of that is because it's summer and I just do more computer work in the fall. And it is quite hot here, but I have just heard that the Ironclad might get delayed a bit. There was something in the monthly report. I'm not even sure what it was exactly, but Grimm said he thinks he said the Kraken will probably start this year and the Ironclad might push into next year. And that actually gave me some more interest and also confidence in this project here. So I hope that makes stuff a bit faster now. Because if it doesn't come out this year, then it makes even more sense for me to finish this thing for IAE. Or CitizenCon. Let's see. But again, I haven't read it myself. Does anyone know what... Was there anything in the report that specifically said that the Ironclad comes later? Or was it just the talk about all the other ships where this was not mentioned? I'm not sure. Now. Oh, thank you very much. The part about the Ironclad, I quote, some of the team moved onto the Drake Ironclad with some areas receiving layout alterations to improve traversal alongside refinement to the modular Drake kit. Fair enough. Right, and that, yeah, sounds to me, if more people move onto the team now, then it's not the final days. Usually you pull a lot of people in the middle of the project and then at the end you have to thin them out again. And then also making alterations at this point means that it can't be that close. I'm also I'm also not entirely sure what they mean with the kit. If the kit is the little parts that I talked about too in my last video, or again, I saw Grim making a very small Drake ship for fun. I had no time to pay too much attention the last weeks, but I think he thinks there's a tiny ship coming. We'll see. I also have not paid attention to leaks the last 2 weeks, I think, but fair enough. Hanover. Oh yeah, Kraken will be in pre-production. That I read myself, and that is weird to me because I thought it made sense to finish the Ironclad and then start thinking about the Kraken, and not even instantly, but finish the Ironclad, get it out into our hands. Let us do whatever we do in the first 4 to 8 weeks, where we destroy everything about that ship and find all the problems. And then I would start thinking about the Kraken, not before I see what the community breaks with the first new Drake kit ship. That's a weird decision for me. If it's just planning, maybe makes sense. But in that case, I don't think this means anything. This then still means it's 15 years away. I guess on the Galaxy release date. Oh boy. Not soon. I have not heard... Actually, no. I have heard that it is in production. Actually, I have heard that it is in active production, but that was a single source. I'm not sure on that. If that's the case, I still think it won't be soonish. I think earliest IAE next year. I think that was my last take in my last Galaxy video, and I still think that's the earliest that makes sense. But I assume the kits are what we discussed earlier too, what I discussed in the last videos. It's railings like these, and doors, and floor elements, and model kits, and not more than that. I mean, I really hope that the Galaxy comes out this IAE, but that is completely unrealistic. Then again, if this one also doesn't come out, and the Perseus is also not ready, then I'm wondering what they are going to do for both Invictus, both IAE and CitizenCon. There must be something big. I mean, maybe we'll get another concept. We haven't gotten a concept in a long time. Now, last time we did a lot of small details, like railings here, ladders there. I'm not going to continue that today. Today I want to continue what I've found in the last minute last time. I noticed that this ladder connects to the floor here, and that means I can continue building the upper floor quite easily. And I would really like to finish the layout at least. So, but this one I might need some help here and there. Last time I wasn't sure about this floor, but then obviously noticed that this is just the lower floor of the module, and it's blocking everything I want to see here. And really all the nice information that I thought I found last episode, it's already that this is all I'm getting pretty much. I just know that this floor is getting a little further there, and that's all I know. But there's ways to find out. So we could add the bridge here first, or we could have a look at the if this area is slightly different in the assault version. I think that's what I'm going to look at first. I know it continues back, but I don't know how. I don't know if it's straight all the way or if there's stairs here. It's nothing that I can... This is blocking all my connection points, that's what I'm saying. But probably... I could just guess from this image, but let's have a look at the video in a second where they showed the parts of the interior if we found a good look at it. Okay, this deer saw it's exactly the same, right? There's absolutely no difference in that area. Yeah, shame. Good. Okay, so we only know that we have... Okay, now this is something that I can't really make out right now. What do you think about that? So we have this room here, right? So this is where I get up the ladder. And then we have one door here that goes to the front. That's the first door. Let's call it the first door. And then we have something here, what I can't make out if it's a second door. And this is the third one. Is this one going up? Sorry, is this one going down and this one going up? But this looks like... It doesn't look like this actually is a staircase. Like there's nothing on this side, but also nothing on this side. It looks like there's just this thin wall that is angled like a stairway, but there isn't one. That's a bit weird. Or maybe they just turned off the visibility for this image. Maybe there is like a stair here in the front or in the back, but to me it just looks like there's the wall of the staircase room, but not the staircase itself. And then the stairs heading down, I assume this is this here. And this would then come out here at the small garage. But what also bothers me with that, if you say the stairs go up, is this seems to be on the same floor. And there's no space here for another staircase, like another door where you exit this staircase. There's not... It doesn't look like there's enough space in between these two rooms, and it also can't go directly into the command room. The light gray angles thing should be the opposite wall of the... I wish you could draw on my screen. Okay, either way, let's check if there's a better look in the video. Connection to the command room is very weird on the far right side of it. Is an opening, there's a hallway, both stairs connect to that. Oh, this here. Yeah, but this already looks like it's so much. It's so far away from here. This must be another staircase. Let's have a look at that video. I'll try to make that a bit bigger for you. Okay, so we start in the cockpit. That's the room above the command room. There's some staircase going down. That's what I'm looking for. Ooh, that's perfect. That's the perfect. Yeah. So, it's not that perfect. Okay, but this, there we can see the ladder that we just built, and the first door, and that's the doorway to the catwalk. And then, yeah, it really looks like we have something going up, but what does it connect to? Is it below the command bridge still? Because that is not visible here. Or is the command bridge in front of it? We'll see, but there are, in fact, two doors here. One going up, one going down. And we also know that the corridor continues straight pretty much to the end of the ship and then to the engine room, as you said. But there's this corner here that I can't rebuild from my angle. And also this here, whatever that is. These blocks are usually components. Not sure if this is anything or if it's decoration, but there's a notch here, so that I can also not see in my reconstruction. And I can also not see how wide this corridor is. That's a bit annoying. But there are more frames here, so maybe that helps. Right, that is a shield generator. Good to know. And this going up here ends there. But this goes a bit further than the command bridge. Also, this corridor is a bit not interesting, but this is we have this level here in our reconstruction already, so we could connect that. This is just a connecting corridor apparently. On that, it stays on that floor. And there's also something in there, but that could again be nothing. It's like a rapid. Oh, looks a little bit like a weapon rack in the middle of nothing. I had the crew ability, yeah. But maybe they will just show us in a few seconds. Later in the video. Ah, okay. Okay. So this stairway, that's what we're looking at right now. So this is the stairs going up. This is the stairs going down. And the stairs going up then go into this small room here. And that small room goes into the command bridge here. but we can't really see if there is really another staircase in there. There is a railing there that really looks like a staircase going down. But at least we know where this connects. And then that's all the same floor. Where's this going? This here is a... Oh, right. This should then go into the... What's it called? The command module. Then we have the hubs on top. I think that explains most of the layout, but it still makes it a bit tough to build. Yeah, but here we can see very much what we also just said. Oh, yeah, there's... Okay, right. So there's no really a stairway into the command bridge or out of. This is just like a handful of steps to raise it a little further from that room we just saw. And it looks like this is also the only door in here. The only exit. That's weird. I thought there was a way to the outside somewhere. Okay. I think I have a good understanding now of that part at least. Oh, there's another piece of info that I want. Where exactly is the door connecting? Here for a split second, 3 frames, you can see the door that goes to the staircase going up. I wasn't entirely sure if it was really there or on the back wall. Okay. It really is a labyrinth. This layout is crazy. That's why I spent so much time on all these details, because I want the base layout to be correct before I start wasting time on details. Oh, but I like it so much already. The layout, I mean, is just good and interesting. What is this floor? It's so weird. That's clipping into the door, into the stairs here. Yeah, that's all super annoying. So let's start with the easiest connections that we can make. There are any. So I would like to connect the 2 sides from the catwalks now. We had a good view for that somewhere. Where is it? Where's that first clip that I had just a few seconds ago? There, this one. That's a good image. Okay, so I have this door, I have this door. I want to connect these because they are on the perfectly same level. Yeah, the editing in this is, as you can see, I have cut it all into pieces and tried to get it into some kind of order, but they really did their best of showing us a lot of insides, but never the full picture, everything connected. So let's switch back to Blender. I leave that open in the background so I can see it. And now, can we connect that? Not much. Actually, I also have this door here, don't I? This is part of the model. Okay, that's very rough. That is just, I mean, it can give me a vague description where the floor is, but not more than that, unfortunately. There's no real door geometry in this mod. Well, I mean, that's pretty good. That's decent for a floor level. I think we can use that. First. I have not built that. So let's do that now. We know it's, I think the height is better on this side, so I'll copy the height. Getting confusing. I'll copy the height that we got here. I think that's pretty good. And we take that to the other side. That should be... Makes sense? Well, it's a lot lower than the catwalk. That is a lot lower than the catwalk. Is that justified? Ah, there are some stairs in here. Can be right. Fortunately, there's nothing on this side that is a good reference. You have to figure out where to park something like Pisces Medical. That's apparently the only way we're ever going to see a medbay in there. Where to park it? That's not too hard. There's plenty of place for that here. Especially in this area here behind the door. Catwalk is like half a floor higher than the rooms on this side. Yeah, it is, but I mean, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 steps. Could be, right? It's not too far off. Same on this side, so don't think it has to be a problem. I would assume though that this room and this one is at the same height. And it's... Oh, it's perfectly at the same height. That's a good sign. That is a good sign, I'll take that. Because this part I didn't copy from somewhere here, I also built that following these lines. So if these are at the same height, okay, then that's good enough for me. Then for this here, what did I build here? I think for these lines here, I did not build that by hand. I think I used photogrammetry model here. Because that is pretty decent in that area. We should use that. The only thing I'm still trying to figure out is this area here. Thank you, Mr. Dolan. I am thinking if this line continues here, or if there's another small room here. Ah, okay. Oh, ooh, that's annoying. Is a bit of it there, but hard to say how much of. Honestly, that's not important. How we're talking about 0.5 meter in room size here, that's... So, let's go. Let's... Let's get this in line with the catwalk first. That is in line with the catwalk, but a little lower. It's really hard to see. I need to get this. Good. I feel like that corner might be part of the layout alteration. Fair enough. That is, yeah. It's a lovely corner though, if I get it right. I love that it's not all 90-degree ones. They did say in this month report they're changing the layout a little bit to make it flow better. What do you think about this? We brushed on that on the beginning. I don't know. We are not far enough in. Make it flow better. I would assume something about this back half because that looks like a super confusing maze. Everything in the front looks pretty straightforward so far. Everything on the top floor, this all looks pretty streamlined already. Apart from the part we talked about where you can't really get up here with cargo. But I think if they want to streamline it, it has to be something in the back here. And I think it could be really minor, like just changing some corridors. Add a door here, get another ladder in there to get from one floor to the next faster. But until I have built it, I can't really see or say where I would have an issue. In the front, I don't have any issues, except that I would like some way to get stuff up there. Some small... Well, I actually said that I would have liked an elevator here. Maybe I don't think that's an alteration they would make, but something that I would have preferred. Small elevator here to get boxes up instead of this generator. The window above the mule parking is lovely, but that angle being so aggressive directly behind stairs and double doors. Yeah, you're right about that. But that same as next one. I'm glad they are doing this because the caterpillars are maze. I think when they say streamlining, this will never be a streamlined ship. I think this will have a lot of issues by design because it is a drag ship. It needs to have these weird 90-degree angles, or not 90, these weird angles right behind doors that are a bit annoying, but I'm fine with that. On other ships, I would be mad about this, but here, fair enough. Okay, here's my next issue. So this small part here, this is the level that we want. This is the height of our floor coming down from the catwalk. But right now, there's still so much space here until this wall that I made out earlier. And it looks like that is based on nothing. That's just the exterior wall. And then the interior, as we just looked at, straight up connects to this. I have one more look at my screen in the back that you can't see right now. No, actually, we have to go back 1 second. Because yes, we know these are the two doors. But is in this weird angled room really... Are there really steps in there? It looks like following the walls, but I would just like to look at the staircase for a second. If I can see it somewhere. It's right here. Yeah, there it is. Just for a second or so, but these are the steps. That gives us a decent idea about the dimensions of the room, but it's still really tricky. I feel like all this guessing is good and fine, but I think it would be better to make some more of these photogrammetry models here. This annoying stuff here, but as you can see, the angles are pretty good here. I just don't have something from here because I can't use all images at the same time. It will not work. But it would really help to have something like this for the interior here. Unfortunately, I can't do that on stream. because that will always 100% utilize my CPU. And that will wreck the stream. I'll have to do that later. At least to make it precise. Let's get a quick layout done. Actually, here the door is even higher. Okay, but I think the angle is fine. Let's try to make a quick mock-up, and then I can make it more detailed and finer later. So. This room here goes pretty much to where this line would meet. So let's just continue that line for now. So this room goes till here. And it moves on until here. And it goes at this angle. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Stream is still on the video. You mean I'm streaming this? Sorry. I was streaming the wrong software. I was just going ahead making this. Sorry about that. You're so right about the front area. Is it just the two small doors to get cargo in? Actually, there's no real way to get cargo in. Yes, it's just these two doors, which are just people size and not cargo size at all. So you can pretty much only use the small hand carried boxes. Maybe the one SCU boxes, but nothing bigger than that. And even for, like, I think even these bounty hunting sarcophagus thingies they showed off earlier, I think even those are not too wide to fit through these doors. So, not sure about that. So, I have to have a quick look back at this. Now this looks to be a bit wider, right? So it's wider means that. And then we have a straight connection to that stuff back there. And probably turn the pod sideways. I don't think you should be supposed to. If this is supposed to carry human freight, then it needs to fit the things not sideways, but properly. What would also be a cool idea, if you can open the complete wall facing the hangar. So You can't walk up there, but you can tractor big stuff right into that room from the bottom. That would maybe help. Because there is this, it has this layout that there could be 3 cells, but there's only 2, and the middle looks like a walkway, so maybe you can just get this complete wall out of the way and then get bigger stuff in there. But I have nothing to prove that right now. Cool. So that would connect somewhere like something like this. And we can already see that that's an issue. Because it should connect so much further back. Like so much. This is the door going up downstairs. This is the door going upstairs. So this needs to go further to the back like this maybe? Right? And that would mean that something is really off here. Would be an interesting idea, but I see problems with the secure storage being secure if that's the case. Yeah, maybe the workaround is that you can only open this door that I just talked to from the inside if you are already in the secure storage. Then you can open the doors to the outside, people get stuff in, and then you close it again, but no one from the outside can open this door. Yeah, but as you can see, this is not working right now. There's something wrong here, something not working about that. But I thought that this is also on the same level as... So this walkway is also on the top of the window here. What is my scan saying? Ah. So in my scan, I'm not sure if this is the walkway I'm aiming for, then it's not too far off. Or if this is the stairway going down. We have to jump back into Resolve to have another look. But I also like that this is so confusing that I thought that I understood it, but I just noticed the part that... Yeah, same for me. I mean, this is my 8th stream, which means that I have technically looked at this for at least 10 hours now. You would think that after 10 hours you would know the basic layout of the ship. Okay, so this looks like that room, but with details missing. Okay, but here you can see... Okay, nice. That's good. So this is the window looking down. And then the floor is missing, but this is the window. And this would be the stairs up also missing. But then we can see that this floor is not directly connected to that window. So it goes further back because the stairs go underneath. So we just have to go further back. Let's see if we can confirm that from another angle. There was this really good view from the back somewhere. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, okay. So this is the exterior wall. This is the interior wall, and it goes a lot longer. Good. Okay. Knowing that, this time I don't forget to go back to Blender. This means I keep this in for a second just to put a cube where the stairs down are. This is a rough guideline. And you go away. You go further. Not that far though. Because of this little nook. And what's the rest looking? Oh, it gets more complicated. Oh, it gets more complicated. I'm looking at the other screen, sorry. I'll show you in a second. So, okay. This goes like that, and then this room continues like this. Like this. And like this. How long is the room? Much longer. Okay. So something like this. Maybe further. Maybe all the way till here. And then this is also a lot wider. And yeah, that looks about right. So what I just noticed is that this is just not, it's not just a corridor. There's also a bit of a room here and a door here that goes into looks like suit lockers and escape pods. And oh, let's switch back, that's important. So this is my tunnel here. The room is a bit bigger than I thought, and then it goes into the room where you have the airlock and the suit lockers. And the airlock should be in my model. So let's have a look at that if we can connect that. Voodoo, I wish you built the complete Kraken interior, but that's too much, I guess. Yes, the complete is too much, but after the tunnel that I built for the video with Grim, I definitely see myself build a few more parts of the Kraken. And he also said that he might like to do some. So yeah, the whole thing, especially because I think it will be I think the exterior is pretty good as it is, but I think the interior will be drastically reconcepted. And so, yeah, likely that I spend some more time on that in the future. So there's our airlock. Oh, actually, we have 2 airlocks. You can see the airlock in my reconstruction. And we can also see it in the model here. Pretty... It's a bit off, but this area was not the focus of this scan, so it's good enough. Meaning our floor that we just built, there's no more steps here, so the floor should really connect to this airlock. Let's see if that works. This is the floor that I just built. That. Do that. Add some more. Some more. Add some more. And actually, I could just... build a door here, because my nice cool setup can just do that with a click. And if this comes out at the right height, then we're good. Oh, it doesn't come out at all. That's okay. Oh. Oh, look at that. Perfect. And even the, I mean, I was not even looking at the y-axis, so if it's half a meter front or back, this is something that I need the scan to confirm later, but the height is pretty good. The floor height is pretty decent. So, again, no, oh, sorry. Oh, I was still at resolve. Sorry, I can't always forget that. So what I just did is well, extend this. Oh, I don't know how much you missed. I extended this, built this room here. I think this is what we looked at, and then we have the armory or whatever room here. And then look at that is I extended this to see if this lines up with the outside airlock, and here it is perfectly aligning in height. And then left, right, y way on the y-axis. I would expect it to be off even more because I mean, I just said that I just completely roughly built this corridor and I have to confirm it later with the photogrammetry, but as you can see, this is off by half a meter. Again, that's perfectly fine. That also means we can make this room a bit bigger now because we know that that room must be here somewhere. Look at this. There's actually parts of that room. Is that that room? Let's look at this part. Must be this here, right? Must be the bottom of the inner airlock. Yeah, that's all very good news. Our reconstruction. Is the whole airlock in? The whole... Perfect. We have the... Let me extract that. perfect. Okay, so we have just the bottom bit of the door to that room. But that means I have a perfect... That room is very symmetrical. You just saw the room with the jump seats. I'm not sure if it's suit lockers. That looks pretty symmetrical, and I know the exact middle of that room now. So that's, again, perfect for reconstructing. So that means that this whole door and that stuff will shift a tiny bit more to the back. Let's do that right now. We made some good progress. So you, and you. Probably. Maybe this one is a bit wider. Anyway, we'll see that from the other side later. Okay, but this is a solid addition to our reconstruction. Always, if I would have to guess it all the way to the back, then it would get more and more imprecise. But if I know where this place is exactly and where this place is exactly, and I just have to get this part in between somehow right, then I'm pretty happy about the end result, detail-wise, precision-wise. This was all so much easier with the Galaxy because there was a perfect floor layout without any rooms that I couldn't see that were above each other. Can you walk inside in first person same way you did in the tunnel of the Kraken? Yes, I can, but only in pretty limited quality for computer melting reasons. That in the Kraken obviously was pre-rendered. And so if I have details in here like that, then it will break. Well, it won't break. I can do it fine on my computer, but it will never work good on the stream. But yeah, it would be nice to have an update on that, I guess. Let me just finish. These placeholders. So this is still the outside. This little catwalk on the outside where you can look down. And then you have your first entrance, first staircase up. Small room that goes to the front. We'll take that in a second. Before you get into the hangar, you have your two jump generators, hyperspace generators. I'm not sure if it was... There's two big components here. Two big components here. One door that goes down into the turret. Then you have your mule garage, and then there is a door here that I have not added, but we now know that it's here, facing up. Then you have your whole massive cargo hold. And then you can go on either side, looks mirrored again, to these two ladders. Up, 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 up. From these two ladders, you have staircase up, staircase down. Here's a small staircase up to the catwalk floor. If we would go further back here, we would get to engineering, but we follow the path we just built, so this is just a corridor. Go into the armory, that is a lot wider. I have not extended the room. But that's your armory, and then on the other side you have the... oh, what's it called? Airlock. And the pressure room. The pressure room. And then from here we have this angled walkway. I know it's all just white for you, it's the same for me. And here you would have the window looking down at your mole. It's two moles, but you can only see one. And you can also look into the hangar. And you can also technically look at the way up here. And then just as on the other side, there's a small staircase here going up onto the catwalk. There's something massive on the catwalk here, not sure. Oh, this is the divider for that is in the assault version and not in the standard version. And behind that for both the catwalk continues. And then in the front we have another small staircase. Access to your front turret. Shield generator. I can check in a second. I think it's shield generators here. This red bit is not supposed to be here. And then you have your special cargo hold. As I said, these are the 5 cells. So 1 in these 2 corners, 3 on the other side. I have not modeled the metal bars, so it's just blocks, but it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small rooms that you can lock. And then this one is open. It has a window downstairs. This is where I said it would be nice if you can just open this and then get stuff factored in here. On the other side, the layout is symmetrical, but on this side there's no turret, but your tractor beam turret. And then back onto the catwalk. And as of right now, there's only 1 ladder here, so you can go down here from the catwalk. But on the other side, there's no ladder. I think that's a mistake, but it's in all the artwork, so maybe it isn't. Maybe it is like that. Yeah, that's what we got so far. Let me confirm that here. It's a cube. No, it's a shield generator. It's a shield generator on both sides. Yeah, nice. Can you talk a bit about the Perseus? I love your content and I haven't dropped because these aren't really news on it. What's my opinion on the Perseus? The picture recently in the progress tracker turned out to be from the Apollo airlock. I don't have the images here, but I think I think I know what you're talking about. I always thought that was the Apollo airlock because you're talking about the medical room, right? That really looked like the Apollo. Grim and I talked a lot about the layout, and Grim and Execute and we were looking at these for a while, but we were all sure that it was the Apollo. But then there was this other one where we thought it might be the Perseus, and it turned out to be the Jesus Christ, I worked on that for hundreds of hours. Paladin. The Paladin. There was an image of the Paladin that we first took for something else. I'm not sure if everyone noticed that. But then there was also this airlock that looks like it's from the Perseus. I'm not sure which one you talked about, so let me just get the few images here. And we can talk about them for a second. I need my image viewer. It was a red airlock. I'm a bit behind on the stream with red lights and airlock written on it from RSI. Ah, yeah. Image viewer. Oh, you can't see this image. Wait a second. This one. This is the image you're talking about, right? Red airlock. And you said this is the Apollo. I actually thought it's the back of the Perseus. Or am I wrong? Let me check one more thing. Otherwise, it's the Apollo confirmed by a different spectrum. It's confirmed it's the Apollo with the red lights. But the Apollo does not have a room like that anywhere. Yeah, if you can find that, that would be nice. Because no, I was pretty sure this was part of the Perseus. Actually, let me... Sorry, but I have to do some more digging. There must be something on the Perseus somewhere. Yeah, okay. Whatever he confirmed, this is 100% the Perseus. This here. Okay, so this image is from the Perseus, and I thought it's the side view from the... okay. Oh, sorry. I thought that these two images were posted together. It's just... It was posted together in my chat. But it's not necessarily the same ship. Now I get what you're saying. Oh, you made them. Okay. Ah, fair enough. How did I get that then? Okay. Yeah, so if you can find that post that confirms it's not, I would be super interested to see that, because I don't know where in the Apollo that would be, but let's have a look at the other ones here. Yeah, sorry, then in that case, you deserve some credit. I just got sent that picture on Discord without a link to anything, really. Yeah, that's my issue with that. This is for sure the Apollo, and there are just no round... There's nothing round in there. Everything, except for the metabed, everything is in these angled walls that I also had in the Galaxy. So I didn't really see the connection between those two. Yeah, but that's super interesting. I'm more excited for the Apollo. right now, no, sorry. Generally, I'm more excited for the Perseus, but this picture got me more excited. Not because I'm too excited about the Apollo, but because I recognized so many of this from the Galaxy medical module that I built. And it was so rough, but now I can really see it take shape, how it could really finally look. And that got me excited to see a glimpse of how that RSI kit might look when it's finished. Yeah, this is weird. But Julie? You know what? Where even is the airlock on the Apollo located? I think it didn't have one in the concept images. At least I can't find it. I don't see a link you posted. Maybe. Is that not displayed? Can that not be displayed? I can't see a link that you posted. Maybe links get automatically blocked. Did someone else see a link that I didn't see? Maybe put some spaces in there. Yeah, but still, I really can't make out where this would be on the Apollo. The only thing that I always took for an airlock was on the top of the ship, which doesn't make... Well, actually, it's described as being on the left side. On the bottom? Could it be on the bottom? If it's you can send it to me on Discord if it gets auto-blocked. Hi, Luigi07. Okay, so is that the summary? It's just I see on the web of the Perseus here at 1807. That's the Apollo. What I just thought, it really looks like the exterior, not the interior. So maybe this is the bottom of the ship and the airlock's at the bottom. Because on the sides, there's at least on the concept images that we have, you can't really make out an airlock on the sides. I don't have a link, but you can find me on the same username as on YouTube. Right. Whatever it is, it's interesting. But I found most interesting is this one. Because that rather obviously is the Paladin. And because I have just worked on that a month ago. On that very room. And it looks like it changed a lot, as you can remember. Maybe if you saw that video, I put the gun racks on the back, on the side here, and said I was not sure what's happening in the back here. Looks like if there were components, they changed that to now be where the weapons are. But the suit locker stayed at the same position. That's That's super interesting for me. Also, the paneling obviously changed quite a lot, but these different levels everywhere, that stayed the same from what I built. That's the up. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. Can I post links on my own chat? Do I get auto-blocked too? Yep. No, you see it. Okay, good. So that's what we were talking about, that post. And he just... Oh, that's the link. And he just said that's the Apollo. Interesting. Not sure what to make of it. It really doesn't look like the Apollo that I imagined, but I mean, we knew that this ship would change a bit, so why not? And then going back to the Perseus question, I'm excited for the Perseus, but not as excited as any of the other big ships in the works. I think gameplay-wise it will be cool and all, but I think interior-wise, I don't expect it to be too different from the Polaris. So just purely from a modeling and interior work and new features standpoint, I think the Perseus will be the first big ship where you kinda get the feeling you've seen parts of it already. The Zeus, you can't see the airlock either. How is it handled there? I haven't looked at the airlock of the Zeus for a long time. But some bird told me that we get a Perseus picture next monthly report. That's interesting. I was thinking that the Perseus is coming next year, but now with the Ironclad looking so far away, maybe this one is getting... It's not the perfect AE fit, but... For CitizenCon? Realistic, right? The Apollo does not have an airlock. If this is the Apollo, then what we see in the picture will be the airlock of the ramp. I just had the picture open, and actually there is an airlock marked in the original Apollo concept. Let me show you. Here. But it, yeah, really looks to be on the floor. the inside. Airlock, like docking. Ironclad is still in white box. Was that in the report too? I didn't read it as in being in white box. I expected it to be a little further at least. Polaris got released on IAE last year, but I think that was an accident. I think the Polaris was supposed to be released in Invictus, but it wasn't finished, so they had to split it up. But I think intentionally, it was never supposed to be released at IAE, just because of their military and non-military theming. Yeah, on the roof there's also something round, but that to me looks like more like some kind of dish. Transmissions. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so we don't really know what stage it's in. It's just it's not as far along as we thought. I thought it was a lot further along because that initial video was so detailed and so good, but I'm super excited it's not. Because as I said in the beginning, now I'm even more interested in finishing this thing here soon. No, not soon, but well, actually, I would like to finish it for IE. Perseus was aimed for, yeah, right, the Perseus was aimed for Invictus Launch Week, but the fact that they didn't show the exterior like they did last time and just held it back makes me think they can maybe just hold it back even longer. Or might be stupid. You might be right, maybe, but still I would think that it would be a better fit for Citizen Con than IE, maybe? We don't know. We'll know soon enough. What we know is that I'll have to leave for today. We have finished the half of the back floor here today. That is super amazing. At least, I mean, it's not much if you look at it, but I got some new connections in my head and on this floor layout, and that really helps me. And so I said it a few times now. I now want to put some more energy in this, now that I know that it will be a lot more interesting to have a video on this at IE. It would get people a lot more excited than if the ship would be coming out next day. So I'm hyped again to finish this thing. And then also, once we finish this layout, I think the detailing will go quite a lot faster. I mean, you can see how much time I just go back and forth from software to software, just looking at angles and stuff. And once we finish that, and I think we're, I don't want to say halfway through, but maybe we're at the halfway mark here. I'm going to get some more scans of the back here for the next one, so we have some more detailed imagery and geometry reference. Yeah, and then I want to get this layout stuff done soon, and then I want to get detailing started. And at the same time, I said I wanted to prepare a new series for the supporters only. Another video that I want to prepare for IE specifically, or that I have started years ago and that I want to finish now. I'm also working on that too at the same time. Now that I have my Q&A stuff out of the door, these are my 2 projects now. So I go through chat one last time and then right. This is already deep in grey box, nearing final art from the last. Yeah, it looks very close to finish, but we had so many theories about which ships come out when this year, and they were all wrong so far, so I'm not as hyped as speculating about the Perseus release. I will just be happy when it's here. I'm happy about this. I'm happy about the Drake Ironclad getting another 6 months. I'm sorry for everyone who bought it and wants it, but I'm excited that we can finish this here. Okay, now, thank you for watching. Sorry about the technical issues in the beginning. I hope that the sound got better. I haven't really checked my room, my microphone. But I hope that the sound is a bit less reverby now than it was, yeah, well, in the past. Just want to say that your Galaxy Walk keeps me sane and going with the wait for the... Thank you. I'm happy that these still do that job. Right. Thank you again. Thanks for watching. And see you in the verse.